Hey guys, this is Leah with Scott Leroy Marketing, and in today's tip video, I'm going to show you how you can add your forms from Dotloop to your command opportunities. I'm going to show you how you can move over your signed forms to submit to your office for compliance review through the opportunity itself. Now, this tip video will be focusing on actually a workaround if your loop and opportunity are not linked for whatever reason. If you're clicking on start a transaction, getting an error, and it's not going to your loop, or it's going to a different loop, whatever the case may be. Okay, so this is specifically a workaround to show you how to manually move over your sign forms in Dotloop to your opportunity in case that your loop and opportunity are not linking. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is go to the opportunities section of command to find my opportunity. So feel free to pause the video to navigate to find your opportunity. All right, so I'm logged into agent.kw.com and I'm clicking on the handshake icon on the left-hand side menu here. That'll take me to my opportunity dashboard. From here, I can select from my pipeline to go to the opportunity. Of course, you can search for your opportunities in a couple different ways by clicking all opportunities or locating that through the contact record in your command database. It'll always be in your contact records as well. All right, so whatever the case may be, I'm going to navigate and locate that opportunity. And then simply click on the opportunity to open it. Once you've opened the opportunity, let's come on to the Documents tab of the opportunity. This Documents tab of the opportunity in command is being used to submit your signed paperwork to your office for review. So in the case that your loop and your opportunity are not linking, the main inconvenience you'll run into is just that you need to manually add your signed forms over. And I'll show you how. It's not too difficult, so I'll walk you through that now. So the Documents tab of your opportunity, where you see the pick checklist type, okay, this will kind of vary depending on if your office only has one checklist, then this might already be displaying the checklist name. But in the case that your office has several checklists, like my office does, it'll prompt you to pick a checklist type. So if that checklist is just automatically displaying the checklist name, that's normal too. Either way, go ahead and select the checklist on the left-hand side, and when you do so, you'll see the form folders display on the left side. So depending on if it's a buyer or a listing, see under contract and closed or listed. And on the center column here, you'll see all the forms that you need to add to be in compliance with your office and your area's compliance policies. So just to note that this requirement column right here, you'll note if that field or that form rather is required in order to get your commission check and to stay in compliance. The items that say conditional next to it, that will just depend on the property if those forms pertain. So to go ahead and add in those required forms so that you already have signed, right? We're adding our signed paperwork in. You can click add a file on the right-hand side by each one of them, or you can also click attach multiple files. So typically attach multiple files is a little quicker. All right, so I'll go ahead and do that. So I'll click attach multiple files. In the case I'm trying to move over, let's say my whole listing file or my whole buyer file. And now what I'm going to do is actually switch tabs. So you'll need to have two tabs open for this in theory, because we'll need to go over to Dotloop manually to just manually download our signed forms. So I'm going to switch tabs here. I do have Dotloop open. If you don't already, no worries. Feel free to pause the video, open a new tab, and go ahead and go to dotloop.com to log in. All right, and once you do that, go ahead and navigate on over to your loop. Click to open it, and you'll see all the paperwork that's in your loop. All right, so we're only wanting to move over signed paperwork, but you will need to download these individually. So for example, what I'll want to do is I can click on the check mark to the left of the form name. And when I do that, when I click on the check mark, deciding which form I'd like to select, I can click on the download option from the very top of my screen here. When I do that, that will download it to my computer. Okay, depending on what browser you're using, of course your downloads may look slightly different. I'm in Chrome, so it puts my downloads at the bottom here. And we need to go through and download all of our signed paperwork separately. So again, I am separately clicking on a check mark and then clicking on download. You'll see it downloads that right away. I can click OK. You can also click to download from the three dots on the far right in case you find that process easier. So you can click on the three dots to the far right of the form as well. Click to download. And again, we're going down this list and downloading each form individually. Three dots might be a little quicker for you. So I can see that I have my signed paperwork downloaded. Okay, this will be in the downloads of your computer as well. So it'll automatically go to your downloads folder on your computer. And now I can switch back over to my Command Documents tab. And of course, if you're not done downloading your signed paperwork from Dotloop, no worries, just feel free to pause the video. But again, just a reminder, we need to download the forms one by one as opposed to downloading them all as one file. So now we're switching back to the Command Documents tab. If you lost this tab in that process, no worries. Again, just open up your opportunity, and we're in the Documents tab of our opportunity, so on that white toolbar. And I'm clicking Attach Multiple Files, just to go over those steps again. So then at that point, I can go ahead and either drag and drop the files or click here to browse my computer for that. So since I downloaded those, I can just simply click. That'll browse my computer. Okay, depending on what computer you have, of course, this will look slightly different. But if you navigate to your downloads folder, you should see all of the forms that you downloaded as well as the date that you downloaded it. So you can see that was today. I can go ahead and double click on the form and it'll link that up to the proper form. Okay, if you like to drag and drop, you can also do that. From the bottom of Chrome, for example, or wherever your downloads folder is, you can drag and drop to link these up, or you can click again here to browse your computer to locate those files on your computer, double click to pull that in. Once you do that, you can always pause the video, but once you're done with that, we'll click on Attach. And you'll see it attaches that form up on the right-hand side. So these are all your signed paperwork that you just manually added in, and you can click Submit to MC on the right-hand side whenever you're ready to. All right, so whenever you're ready, you can click Submit to MC, and that will submit that over to your office staff so that they can do compliance review. Okay, generally, depending on the transaction, you'll be submitting to compliance review 3 times if it's a listing. Once when you go live on the MLS, a second time when you go under contract, and a third time when you close. If you're representing the buyer, typically you'll click Submit to MC twice. Once when you go under contract and add all your contract forms, and once when you close. Okay, you'll click to Submit to MC. All right, and that will send your paperwork, your signed paperwork, to your office staff so they can do compliance review and cut your commission check. All right, if you have any questions on that, please do not hesitate to reach out, support@scottleroymarketing.com. I'd be more than happy to walk you through that or answer any further questions you may have. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Take care.